Brett Okamoto with ESPN alongside UFC middleweight champion, world famous Israel Adesanya. And Israel, I was thinking about it a year ago. I remember sitting in Melbourne, Australia with you saying, hey man, if you beat Anderson Silva and you go on to win a belt, your life is about to change in 2019. And you did. You did exactly that. Beat Anderson Silva, interim title, official UFC championship. How has your life changed over the last 12 months?
From that time, it's changed a lot. Excuse me. Whew. I just had some barbecue. It's changed a lot, but you know me, I keep the same energy. I'm still me, but I've evolved. I've had to adapt to the changes that are around me. So yeah, same old me, different level.
I thought by now you'd be doing so many interviews to get the burp out before the interview starts. You know, that's kind of a rookie move.
Once I start talking, then it's just like, I just had some barbecue as well, like I said. So you know, we're in Texas. Yeah.
How'd that go down? Good barbecue?
Yeah, oh, beautiful, beautiful. I couldn't finish. I forget every time. America, you have to order either medium or small, because the sizes are just, oh my God, you guys. I'm trying to cut weight, and then man, I'm just like, you know, when you're in Rome.
You don't have to eat it all. You could just leave some on the plate, I think.
I like to eat. That's disrespectful.
What's been the most surprising part, whether it was the fame or the money or any type of expectation that you had about what your life was going to be like after all this happened? What's been the biggest surprise?
Privacy, maybe. I still do very well in my privacy, but I think, yeah, that's the main thing. Everything else I kind of foresaw, even the privacy thing, but then like when you're in it, it's like, oh shit, okay, it's more than I thought it would be, so I have to kind of take a step back and just adjust accordingly.
What does that mean? Just people coming up to you all the time, or people finding out about things that you do?
Like even at the hotel I was at, all I posted was on my story on Instagram at the gym in the hotel, and that was enough, you know, for like people to come through, and I was like, shit. I wasn't even like flexing with the hotel or nothing, or the view, just the gym itself, and that was enough. So, but I don't mind, you know, this is the life I asked for, so I know how to act accordingly.
You say you're the same guy, and one of the other things I remember about a year ago is that you said you'll always get the fake gold necklace instead of the real gold necklace because it looks the same.
Exactly.
But then I saw you bought a pretty expensive car.
Yeah,
have you changed a little bit in that regard?
Nah, I've had that in my mind for so long. Like I've said the story before. When I was coming up, driving my beat up Honda, or my friend's beat up Honda, I'd always change the gear shift and pretend to paddle shift. That's crazy. That's fucking mad. Why would you pretend to paddle shift when you're driving a beat up car? But I was doing it to prep myself for having a sports car, and that was in my head the Aventador Lamborghini, matte black, like Batman. But then McLaren just took over. Like I drove both of them on the same day, test drove them, and then it just felt more me. And also, it has a lot of correlations with Naruto and Kurama. You know, so for me, it was a car to pick.
What was that day like putting down? I mean, I'm sure those cars are not cheap. What was that like putting the money down and buying that car?
I mean, for me, you know, I made them have a bidding war against each other. You know, I was like, well, I like this, but you know, Lamborghini might, and then you know, I like this, but McLaren might. So you know, we dropped the price down, but yeah, it's nothing.
How many times have you been pulled over in that car so far? A couple. A few?
Just once. That's once. That's all. That's all you need. But I mean, I have measures in the car to help me gauge where the law enforcement are, allegedly.
Those are helpful probably in a car like that.
100%.
Well, I feel like a lot of times when I'm interviewing you and we get to the fight, I've asked you this multiple times, like why are you taking this fight? You know, earlier in your career, it's like why are you fighting so frequently? Don't you want to break? And now here we are. There was a big fight. It looked like all roads were pointing to Paulo Costa, and then you call out a guy in Yoel Romero who's lost 3 of his last 4, and he's a monster.
I was trying to fight Paula, but you know, he hurt his bicep, bro. And you're gonna take 9 months to get better, bro. But then miraculously, he got better in 2 months by magic. Press Jesus, bro, and acai. So yeah, Romero is just a guy that he's another one of these guys in this era that everyone's like, ooh, oh no. So I feel like I have to take him out because that's the narrative. People think like, oh, just get a good wrestler and take him out. The casuals, they still think just get a good wrestler. Oh, you better work on your takedown defense, bro. Have you been watching? Have you been paying attention? Are you stupid? Are you dumb? So. Yeah, I just want to prove a point to myself. That's it.
Will you be disappointed if Yoel does not try to wrestle you in the fight?
Nope. I hope he does. I want to break as well. I want him to try like at least 2 or 3 times in the beginning and rush me. So that way when I stuff his takedowns or when I get back up straight away, then he's just like, fuck, I have to strike with this guy. Okay. And then he realizes what he's in for.
One of the strangest things that I hear about Yoel Romero, and Luke Rockhold said it, Robert Whitaker said it.
It feels like metal.
It hurts them when they hit it. What do you take from that?
I kick the end of the bag, the bottom bit of the bag. I kick that. So yeah, try that. See how that feels.
Well, you're about to go into a press conference with him. First of all, have you been around him much? Have you guys had any interaction?
So his last win was UFC 221. That was my UFC debut. That was his last win, which he kind of didn't make weight, so he sort of cheated to get that one anyway. But I saw him around. I've not had any interactions with him, but I've seen him around. So I'll see you soon, boy.
Are you looking forward to having interactions with him today? Like, what kind of expectations do you have going into a press conference, just the two of you sitting up there?
All he's going to say is, I love you, and I'll see you soon, boy. He's like, Groot? I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. That's all he says. So, yeah, I speak like Dora level Spanish, Dora the Explorer, so I can try and communicate with him a little bit.
Do you get excited about the opportunity to stand in front of him? I hear sometimes
Yes.
guys, they stand in front of him, then that plane ride home, that's something kind of, you want to get in the gym after you stand in front of your opponent like that.
I want to get to the gym already. Like, I'm doing this. He only has to travel from Miami. I come all the way from Auckland. I brought my training partners with me and my coach with me because I have to get work done. So this is how you show the levels, the differences of the caliber of a fighter that I am compared to him, not just in the cage, but outside the cage. So I'm looking forward to standing across from him and just being like, feel me. Because I did that with Robert as well. And then the last stare down at the weigh-ins, I told him, like, you and me right here. And I remember standing in front of him and I let him know he felt me. He was trying to block it, but he felt me in that moment. So I want to see. And he's not like Robert. I think he's more of a natural-born fighter. He's bred for this. So I want to feel him, and I want him to feel me so he can realize what he's in for.
What is giving you that impression about him?
You can just tell. I mean, from where they come from in Cuba, you know the story of the boxeos down there and the programs they have down there. It's kill or be killed. Everyone's trying to eat down there. So I know the story, and I've watched some documentaries, so I know what to expect in that sense. And this is his last-ditch attempt, man. He's had how many title shots, and he's failed. This is his last chance at gold in the UFC, so I know he's going to bring everything in his power to try and get it done. And that gets me motivated. That gets me up. That gets me hard so I can get this done.
One thing I like about this fight is it seems like you mentioned the casuals and how they say that they want to see you wrestled, but I actually think this is a fight for the hardcores. Because I think the casual fans, they're like, oh, Yoel Romero, who's that? Oh, he's lost 3 of his last 4. But the hardcores are the people who, they know how good this guy is. Is that who you're fighting for? Is that who this fight is for, is the hardcores?
I'm fighting for myself. I don't fight for anyone else. Myself and my team, and bags of cash. Yeah.
Talk about those bags of cash, by the way. What financial goals do you have in 2020?
2020, ooh. So for me, have you seen that new Kevin Hart documentary?
I haven't seen it.
Watch that. Like, after my last fight, I was still on. And after the USA tour, I did like a media tour in the USA. And I wouldn't say I fell off, but I just kind of I was like, I want to defend my belt, I know that. But then there was other things I was like, I need to dream more. I need other things. So for me, I have all these little goals now. Little goals that got me to this point. I have to start doing it again, start dreaming again. You need to have big dreams. So yeah, I've got some big dreams for this year, and you need a lot of money to get them done.
Yeah, well, one of those big dreams, last thing I'll ask you about, of course, is John Jones. And you've been talking about him a lot, so I don't need to get into every little detail here. But are you hoping for a little bit of an interaction with him this weekend?
If I see him, I'll see him. If he sees me, he'll see me. What is he doing? Walking around cutting weight? It'll happen. At some point, I'll see him.
I mean, do you plan on, he wins, he beats Dominic Reyes, are you going to stand up just to make sure he can see you?
I'm not sticking around for that. I got to go home and train. I'm not sticking around. After this, I'm off to the airport straight away. So
you're not even staying for the fight?
Fuck no. There's no point. I mean, why? I saw his last fight. I was there. He fought a guy on one leg.
Why? Build a fight. This is a fight we're supposed to see in 2021, right? I mean, you get the camera action. You get these two jawing back and forth from inside.
He's got a fucking beast in front of him. He might get slept with a southpaw, straight left. Yeah. So you never know. He has troubles with long boys, But yeah, I don't care. It's not my thing. I'd rather focus on me.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports and analysis, download the ESPN app, and for live streaming and special content, subscribe to ESPN+.